Hey everyone, I am Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to help motivate and inspire you along yours. So, this evening, I wanted to speak about kind of how I've planted the seeds to get me to where I am now. So, some things we do on a subconscious level, and other things on a conscious level. About a year, let's say about not 18, about 20 months ago. Yeah, about 20 months ago, I really started a huge dark night of the soul, ego death. It was huge. And I was extremely alone. And I had been extremely taken advantage of by people I knew and people I didn't know. So to be feeling as I was as a single mother with no support, it was tough. And it was worth it. To know that my faith and trust in the process and that everything happens exactly how it's supposed to, that truly is what got me through it. And I trusted my intuition on what to do in order to get through things like that, listening to frequencies, grounding, walks in nature, exploring the inner child within and attempting to do things with joy and innocence. So what I wanted to share was what I did over the past year and a half or so in order to plant those seeds so that I could come to a time shortly after where I would be able to shift. It doesn't happen right away. When you choose to leave people, change toxic patterning, behaviors, I haven't even had a drink in probably 7 months. And even then, it might have been a half drink. Like, I wasn't even drinking at that point. And I've had my fair share of party years. So, no drugs, no alcohol. And then cutting the people out of my life and healing my inner wounding and traumas that were created from the time I was a child and then onward. So what I did was I put things around, like some things on the fridge, some things where I would see them. So you can put it on a mirror, you can put it on a door, you can put it on the fridge, wherever you're going to see. And so it just helps to remind you to change your mindset and to focus on where you're going as opposed to where you've been and what has been hindering you or attempting to hinder you. So this postcard I've probably been carrying around for about 5 years. Keep it real. That was always one of the comments that I'd leave people for over 10 years. It was always, I never got why people wore a mask. I never got why people were ashamed of who they truly were. Why you'd want to pretend. When I'd start dating people, I'd ask them, please, like, show me who you are. I want to accept you as you are. And then they would pretend and act act like someone they thought I wanted rather than just being themselves, which is seriously is crazy to me. I just don't get it. So, and then these are a couple other things. So this was, again, past year and a half. This was one clipping that I found. Summer, sunshine, smiles, and serenity. So rather than like a vision board, I just have a couple things around in different spots. Old ways won't open new doors. She chose love, not fear, and that made all the difference. Live wild, stand out, get lost, wander far, risk everything. That's great. Just like that Sunshine song. Do one thing every day that scares you. Or the Sunscreen. Sunshine? Sunscreen song, yeah. I only attract healthy relationships. I am always treated well. I deserve the best and I accept it now. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. I've turned in the direction of well-being, and that's what's calling me. So these ones I just wrote out. Don't mind the grease stain there. So some of these that I've written down here would have been when I was either listening to Abraham Hicks or I did some courses through Tony Robbins. Your attention to what is keeping you from what you prefer. Just again, some handwritten notes. I'll read that one again. Your attention to what is keeping you from what you prefer. What are you manifesting? The same things that you've always done and always known? Or are you really truly reaching for the stars and reaching for your dreams? We all are capable. We're not all capable. We all have the potential to have every single thing that we want and to be treated exactly how we deserve to be treated, how we wish to be treated. And it was in one of the Tony Robbins trainings, the recent one. I think it was the end of maybe fall of last year. And him and his wife were doing a relationship session. And they spoke about who do you need to be in order to attract who you want. It doesn't necessarily mean a physical who do you need to be, although at times I like to dress up. I've just been in such a masculine energy for so long, having to do everything myself, having to be the mom, the dad, the cook, the teacher, moving us, packing, unpacking, driving. I'm literally like everybody in one. So I balance myself out through self-care and dressing up sometimes. So the masculine look at times as I'm in a mode of literally doing all the time. So I've been taking more time to self-care and release in those type of ways with my child, going to the park, being in nature, grounding, forest therapy. So, shaped by darkness just as much as light. I love that one. Shaped by darkness just as much as light. So I recently, probably 3 months ago, shared a photo that I took. I believe I just got out of the shower. Anyways, it was in my bathroom, and the light, the sunset was coming perfectly in the window and hit my face, so that half of my face was lit up and the shadow was in the other side. And I posted something along the lines of, I am in balance with my darkness and my light, as we all have a shadow side. And I've truly embraced my shadow side and what that could potentially bring out in oneself, and knowing that you have to go through the darkness to achieve the light. What I'm focused on right now is perfect, and therefore nothing needs to change. So I hope this brought you some vision for yourself. Mwah! Blessings to you all.